Hello there, my name is Feather, and this is my next build. This time I want to tell you about leveling build, and this leveling build for Crossbow. As you can see, here's Act 3. It's a leveling Crossbow guide. It's a guide use only Crossbow. I write it like it's a Mercenary leveling guide, but you are free to use it, for example, with Ranger and Hunters, because this guide overall does not require any special ascendancy, because it's a very strong leveling guide itself. And the most important thing is avoid grenade. Any grenade skill, we don't use it because I don't like use grenade during campaign and during leveling because they are too slow. I know in the mid-end game, it started to feel more satisfying, but as leveling tool, I don't really like use grenade. Before we go further to the build, when we discussed all interesting things and what we have here, right now I want to tell you about crossbow trick. I call it, or maybe you call it crossbow tech, is a very important um, technique what you need to know if you want to play this build, or overall this knowledge can be very useful for you if you continue to use crossbow itself, because it's very useful information. And I put your attention here especially in the if it's your first interaction with crossbow in Path of Exile 2, please don't skip next time. So you stay in the city after the kill of your first boss. You have some crossbow, some armor maybe. You have fragmentation round because it's a spell what game gives you first. You have this uncut spell. You open it. You take first permafrost bolts. You edit it. You edit this new ammunition type what give you this skill, and you want to continue your story. You go there with a clear file. You find some mobs. You start to shoot. You frozen it. You want to break it. You put one button and you break it. And you after that you put one more button again. And all of this feels a little strange. Let me edit some zoom. Because when you chain your ammunition, you spend some mana, and more important, you start a reload ammunition animation. It's spend a lot of your time, and it feels a little annoying. But we have another way to fix this problem without exactly one crossbow. Let me show you. I'm added a little bit of zooming to help you see what is coming. So we have fragmentation round and permafrost round. We have some crossbow, and our skills looks like that. What we need to do about our crossbow tricks? We put fragmentation round on first weapon set. How it looks? We have two weapon set. You can see it here. I change it. Right now we don't have any crossbow in the second weapon set. But how we edit? We need to edit exactly new crossbow, but game itself does us opportunity to simulate the same crossbow as second weapon set. We need to change to weapon set 2, like as me right now, and put right mouth button here. And you can see game simulate you crossbow. You can see some strange border here. It's mean game simulate you. this crossbow. It's exactly the same crossbow. Right now, it gives you opportunity to use all skill without additional mana requirement and without loss of this animation time. Let me show you. So you have fragmentation round and permafrost round, and these two crossbow here. You open fragmentation round and put it in first weapon set. You just turn off mark from second one, like this. After that, you open fragmentation round, fragmentation bolts, and turn off mark from first fragmentation bolt. Right now, you have two different crossbow shots, and you can see weapon set 1 and weapon set 2. You put weapon set 2 here and weapon set 1 here, because in my guide, the permafrost bolts use weapon set 2. Because of that, I do this. You can change it, but you need to think a little bit. After that, you have two shots. You shoot from your weapon set 2 shot and press permafrost bolts. After that, you shot with your weapon set 1, another crossbow, and put fragmentation round. And now, all is ready. We close to our enemies with this setup and shoot our permafrost bolts. We froze the enemy and put another button. Just another button. You don't have any animation to change your ammunition like this. Because game thought you don't use another ammunition in the same crossbow. You use different crossbow. Because of that, you don't spend your time to animation, and you don't spend your mana to change ammunition, because you don't change it. You have two crossbow in your hand right now. Game think like this right now. And you shoot from one hand and another hand. Imagine you have two shotgun in one shotgun in every of your hand. And because of that, you can use your crossbow comfortable enough to kill everyone in the company. Because you shoot, you freeze, and after that you broke your enemies with fragmentation round. It's called shotgun trick. You can use the same things if you not only with that exclusively, not only with this skill it work every skill when you need to do combo with crossbow. You you use for one skill first weapon set, and for other skill you use second weapon set. And because of that, you can use different spells simultaneously. But I need I need some attention. When you die, or sometimes when you close to one location to other, game can be bugged a little bit with this trick. You still need to put your fragmentation rounds and perma bolts ammunition type on your panel, and put your attention a little bit on what type of ammunition do you use. Sometimes when you die, game can change your ammunition to usual crossbow shot like this. I right now put it manually, but sometimes game can be bugged. So you need to put your button and return your needed skill. It's important. So it's a crossbow trick. It's quite easy. So now I'm sit here in this part of the screen. Right now we need to discuss all things what we have from act to act. I have this written version of this build. Main idea of this build, we use permafrost bolt and fragmentation round to break freeze or ice what we create. It's a 2-button build. It's really simple. I want to start with permafrost. You can see it right now here. You launch in cone in front of you shrapnel or fragments of ice bolts. Every single fragments from this what you launch in your cone have his own freeze build up number inside. Is a act 3 you see right now. I put some effort and resources and sources to my freeze build up, and because of that I can freeze really simple. Sometimes you can see I can struggle with some rare. If you struggle with freezing something, you need to stay close, because you launch around 15 fragments, ice fragments, and they can combine. It's described in skill itself, but sometimes people skip this part. So if you stay close to your target, you can freeze it immediately and inevitably. Sorry for my English, as usual. It's the same. It's my friendly reminder for you. If you struggle with freezing when you use my build, stay close to your enemy. Our next skill what we use in pair with permafrost bolts, it's fragmentation round. We can see it right now as a showcase of boss. It's a Queen of Filth from Act 3. We freeze our boss, and after that we use fragmentation round. You can see immediately, I remote and we can see it in action. We shot permafrost, we freeze our goal, and after that we use fragmentation round. Freeze immediately expire, and you deal big amount of damage. It's the main idea of the build. You freeze, you expire, you use fragmentation round, you freeze, you use fragmentation round. It's what all things what you need to do. You stay close like this and use fragmentation round. And this is all. It's very simple, very quiet. It's all what I want to show you. And now I show you how we make this easy setup happens. As I say, permafrost battle, permafrost bolts, fragmentation round. We added elemental armament everywhere. We use ice bite as additional cold damage to permafrost, and concentrated area as one of the biggest addition to solo target damage what we have inside support gem. It's a concentrated area, and fragmentation round looks very well with it. We can use frost bomb from level 1. Frost bomb, you can put frost bomb, and around this bomb this bomb inflict chill around themselves, around it, and this chill, it's first part of freeze. What we need to frost bomb to increase our freeze build up if you struggle a little bit. We stop to use it after Act 1, so it's just addition. Important things, it's Herald of Ice. We need to add additional quest inside Frail Torn and added Herald of Ice. It's an obvious choice because if we ice, freeze, and create ice from our enemy, we can explode. And because we have Herald of Ice, permafrost sometimes blow up your enemies itself. And if it happened, Herald of Ice create explosion about this already explosion target, and you can explode all screen around you because of Herald Thunder. It's perfect. Here I write for you all this explanation what I already did. I here use 3 as Mercenary, and you freely can use, for example, I've already said it. You can use Huntress and Ranger 3 here because our destination point you will see it further. The same. So these two classes very close, and you can freely use it if you want. If you really like this build, this idea, and really want to use Crossbow for another characters what we have, another starting point, and you can call it whatever you want, you can leave your comment about it in comment section, and I try to fulfill your require and create build for other classes, because this build does not require any ascendancy, special ascendancy, but this build require cold damage and freeze build up. It's important, and we discuss it further. So in Act 1, it's really simple. 3 here, you can ask me why you don't show us any other items what you have. Because during campaign, it's very up to you what you want to use. I show only necessary items what you can use and necessary modifiers for you. You can see it right version here. I added it, or I added it here. So for Act 1, we easily can find increase % of physical damage and flat cold damage for Crossbow, for example. And we really need to find some movement speed on our boots, no matter what boots it's will be. Here I show you energy shield. It can be armor, it be evasion based. Does not matter. Inside all company, it does not matter what defender layer you want to use. You can free to use everything. It's important to have good flat, good attacking modifier. It's very important because offensive modifier are really important because it can decrease time what you need to spend to campaign. It's important as move speed. So I show you physical damage to attacks and cold damage for attacks flat. For rings, it's important. Flat cold damage, it's the biggest and important, the most important things what you can find during leveling. Because flat cold damage, as you can see here, add to cold damage on Crossbow, it's the biggest part of your freeze build up. The more freeze cold damage you have, the more freeze build up you have. And freeze build up is the key things inside this build. For make your life much easier, I create regex code for this build. You just copy all this line, add it on your search bar in your vendor, and they show you interesting things for you. Only one things what happened with this regex code. I was not able to find a solution, and this regex code show you not only crossbow but usual bow. Unfortunately, this regex build show you movement speed, show you physical and flat physical and flat cold damage to your gloves, show you crossbow what you need, and unfortunately show you bow. Bow you need to skip by yourself. So we discussed Act 1. About Act 2, it's the same things. I added only modifier what you need. Here you need level of projectile. It's a little rare modifier, and maybe you not find it. It's okay. It's not so important. It's just good addition to your damage. As you can see, all useful modifier as usual put here inside items. What changed in Act 2? In Act 2, we drop Frostbomb because on level 7 of gems, you can find Freezing Mark. Freezing Mark very important because Freezing Mark increase your freeze build up for boss fights in next level. It's really important to have Freezing Mark. We have prolonged duration here because we don't have another level of supporting gem. Build we have here looks like this. We in Act 2 start to use weapon set because of crossbow trick what I already told you about. We actively use different weapon set. We have weapon set 1, weapon set 2, and we started to add more additional points to our build because permafrost bolts, we want to add more physical, more projectile speed. It's not important when you shoot fragmentation around, but very important when you use permafrost bolt. Because of that, this green line, it's a weapon set 2, where I show you here. You can see green light weapon set 2, and we use permafrost in weapon set 2. And for fragmentation round, we use this red line. This line added more attack damage force. If you talk about 3, I added new base because maybe you start to find this base. It's give you some amethyst ring, for example. It's a good base, even in endgame part. All other modifiers, what I don't talk to you about, you need to add it by yourself. It can be life, it can be some elemental resistance. It's during competitive not so important, but have positive number of your elemental resistance important because negative sounds already not good. Yeah. What about skills? We added Eternal Mark because we reach support level 3 in Act 3. We added Cold Attunement here and Cold Attunement in Herald of Ice and Elemental Focus here. And in Act 2, I forget about it, but we change Elemental Armament 1 to Elemental Armament 2 to increase our damage. It's obvious. And after we get additional spirit, we add Shard Scavenger. What change if you acquire when you get Shard Scavenger? We see it here. I show you in the example. It's a boss from Act 3. We freeze it, you can see it, and use as usual fragmentation round. And now I want you to see how many shots I able to do because it's important. And you can see I in next 3 seconds I shot 5 shots in a row without reload. It's the main things what happened with Shard Scavenger activated. It gives you buff. This buff duration is 3 seconds. Inside this buff, you not need to reload your ammunition for crossbow. It means you can shoot 5 or 6 permafrost bolts in a row without reload. And this gives you an enormous amount of damage for bosses. And this is really important to take Char Scavenger when you have opportunity to take additional spirit. Inside freezing mark, we add eternal mark. Now we not consume mark at the first time. It means you need to press freezing mark rarely. It's good for you. I want to take your attention here in Act 3. I wrote about this, but I want to tell you here in the build too. After we reach this cluster here, this Javel rocket here, we want to refine all this slime what we have about 200 damage what we have with our crossbow, because don't forget crossbow 2-handed weapon, because we really want to reach this point here, because this green point what we use for permafrost really important, because give us opportunity, don't don't expand ammunition. It means we shot once and we have 30% chance shot another shot without reload. It can resolve our struggle problem with reload animation, with mana, when we reach this cluster of nodes here. And for our fragmentation round, we take nodes here. These nodes increase damage to bosses and rares. Don't forget, we refund some nodes. Attention. I wrote about it one more time here. About Act 4, I added some gloves here just to have, because in Act 4 you can struggle with your damage if you skip upgrade your damage with flat damage, or about your crossbow you start to struggle with your damage, and if you struggle with your flat cold damage you start struggle with freezing, and all this build start to feeling meh. Don't forget, we need to upgrade cold damage. Physical damage, it's okay too, but cold damage is important. Nothing changed here, only Ice Bite 1 I changed to Ice Bite 2. And added elemental focus here for Herald of Ice. Here in the tree we go further and reach point here, and what I talking about earlier, if you take Hunters or Ranger, you can reach the same points here and take these points. Excluded this, I think. Yeah, for here. When you start from Ranger or Hunters. It means it's not Mercenary build, it's more Crossbow build. But I need to level exactly Mercenary because I need Tactician, and because of that I create this build based on this leveling what I already had. In Interlude, I added more socket here, because inside Interlude you can have opportunity to add more socket, and for permafrost you want ricochet too. For fragmentation round you want close combat, but remember, if you use close combat you need to stay close to your target, because without it you just skip damage would give you this support. In Interlude, we have additional spirit. We can increase our spirit to 100, and I don't give you any things about that, because it's really important what ascendancy you have to this point. Because For example, Tactician has a ascendancy poet what in decrease his spirit reservation and give him opportunity, for example, use Eternal Rage and Berserk early. Because it's cost usually 130, but for Tactician in cold only 65 spirit. Because Tactician half spirit cost for skills. For example, Witch Hunter, if you use this ascendancy, does not have this opportunity. And you can add any spirit gem what you want. For example, Attrition, and this spirit gem gives you additional damage against rare and bosses. Or maybe you can add some, for example, time of need, then can heal you and remove curses from you for additional survivability. It's really up to you. And because of that, and because it's really depends what ascendancy what you use, maybe you don't use any ascendancy. Maybe you just mercenary or just ranger or just hunter. And because of that, I don't add any things here for Act 4. I added more points here. Points what you have here, not for interlude. It's for interlude plus early end game, call it like this. If you want continue to this build, you can find an Enchantment Analytics, because I know many different content creators use this build as league start in this league. Maybe use it like second build. It's really a strong build. If you have any question about this build, you can ask it in comment section below. Link for my written version of this build you can find in the comment, because YouTube still does not give me opportunity to edit link in description to this video. It's a new channel, and I have don't so many people and not so many subscribers to do it, but I think it will change. I already work on the next build, and will be not leveling build, it will be common, usual build. I already satisfied what I have, and I think it takes me not so much time to create another. If you like what I create about this build, or maybe you can find interesting to watch my previous build, because previous build was really good. He is good. He's really good. It's a lightning spear spirit walker build. You can see video in this channel. I hope you enjoy the build, and I hope I can explain all things and you understand what happened. If you don't happen, come and hang out with me on my Twitch channel and ask some questions. I'm really happy to answer you and describe more easy or more complicated way if you want. I'm really glad that you watched this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and we will see each other very soon.